a lot. Like yesterday, I was getting mad downloads. Like while I was building and stuff the other day, like I was so focused on my work, I think I had some downloads backed up. So I just started writing shit down because it was from here to here to here. So I was like, I gotta write this down because I'm gonna forget this stuff. But this is all just like good points I gotta make with you guys. So these are coffee with Brie points for sure. So that's why I'm doing a live coffee with Brie today. Get in here, listen up. We're all elevating right now. Like the wheels turning, a lot of shit's happening. Um, like as we elevate as a whole, this is something. Okay, so we physically capped out our success. So in order to move forward, we must elevate our minds. And things become very magical, kind of, when we start dealing with manifestation and stuff like that. Things that deal with the mind, powers of the mind. Um, that's telepathy. Um, you can connect with animals. They have clairvoyant abilities through thoughts. They feel it. Like we've always believed that, but we never connected it to the power of the mind, really. So yeah, that's where it all stems from. The brain stem. Ooh, the brain is the stem. Okay, genius or not. All right, this is what I wrote down. Ideas can sound crazy, but does not make a person crazy. Right, I was thinking about, when I wrote that down, I was thinking about Einstein and other people in history who were geniuses and very smart, but deemed crazy. I understand where people got the idea they were crazy. It's because they didn't understand. Um, Somebody who's a genius understands things deeper. They're smarter. And when they try to explain it to you, it's like, they're crazy. I can't make the connections. No, that's not it. You're just missing something. You know? Here, that person has something extra going on up here, and they're seeing things you're not seeing. And they're here for a reason. And if you say they're crazy and don't allow them to do things because you don't understand it, you're creating blockages for that person. So, people like in that position that are the geniuses have to break things down in order to tell people who aren't as smart, in order, like gotta break it down in order to get them to explain. I mean, understand what you're trying to explain. All right, couldn't get that out right. All right, yeah. And that was the next thing I wrote. Dang. Simplify things to make it easier to understand. Know when some. Oh. Also, if you're that genius person that ends up people aren't understanding you a lot, just know when somebody's incapable of understanding. You can only break it down so far and explain it to somebody before you start to get frustrated and feel like you're talking to a brick wall. And that's okay. That you just need to recognize that you're starting to get frustrated and just leave it be. Because there's literally nothing you can do at that point. It's not in your hands. So, yeah. It's a great point. Because my mom is that person that does not understand. I I do things that she, with this spiritual journey and reading tarot cards and stuff. When I try to explain something to her, she's like, I don't know. I just don't understand. And I'm like, exactly. Whatever, it's fine. But at least she, at some point, she realized that I do know what I'm talking about. She just doesn't care to understand. Because it's not her purpose. She's not passionate about it. I am. And she'll allow me to do that and be passionate about that. And she'll go be passionate about what she's passionate about. That's the way it's supposed to be. All right. Oh, this was a great point that I wrote down. The other day, I made a poll button on a post. I posted Andrew Garfield, and then I put a hand, like he had his hand like this, so I put a hand in front of it, and like a person was drowning. Yeah, and I made it like with the song and everything that was in the background and the pictures. Like it said, no, don't save her. Like she don't want to be saved, kind of person. And I did a poll anyway, and I said, should he save her or not? And then I said in the comments, some people, like, even though the universe in like a bunch of different ways is saying no in this reel, somebody will still push yes just to be a pain in the ass. Because that's the character they are. They just want to be a pain in the ass for no fucking reason. Just to throw people for loops. To make them come back to them and be like, why did you do that? So they can be like, just so you could ask me why I did that. I don't know. I mean, I don't do that. But you can't control people. And what actually led me to that thought was statistics and research. We expect that when people give us answers and stuff when we're doing research and finding, numbers for things, when somebody isn't answering answers appropriately, that throws the statistics off. You cannot control everybody. You cannot make a person answer things appropriately. If somebody wants to be inappropriate, they're gonna be inappropriate. We can't create laws to stop people from being inappropriate. That's getting too petty. That creates too much chaos for the whole herd. And we're focused on inappropriateness. We should be focused on inappropriateness when they're children. It's a problem that we have to create so much laws for the whole society because some parents out there can't raise their children with manners and morals and put them on a solid foundation before they turn 18. and send them off. That's a problem. And then they make it a problem for everybody. And that's an even bigger problem, you see? I'm tired of being taxed 6 fucking times. Like, why is my money taxed so many times? I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. The numbers are off. They're doing numbers over there, they're doing numbers over there, and then at some point, it got fucked up. Shit is off balance. And people are lying, they're deceiving out of greed, purpose for greed, and we're just going off what they said. This is why things are contradicting. This is why things are chaotic. This is why there's a lot of resistance. Because in those areas where we're following people who are lying and cheating, it's creating chaos and conflict. And we're constantly trying to fix that conflict. Fix the leaks. Fix, tower moments from happening. Prevent them from happening. That's too much energy doing that stuff. We need to just, if a tower moment is going to happen, just let it happen. It's happening for a reason. That's reality. We all need to get one with reality. Because this next point right here that I have. Future for the children. At some point in history, I feel like we were smarter as a whole humanity. And I feel like we got dumber. Like I was talking about yesterday, they took spirituality out of religion, they separated the two, and religion's actually pretty controlling. Because in the spiritual community, free will is huge. When you don't allow somebody to live freely, you're essentially bonding them to something. Your rules. What makes your rules the greatest? What gives you power over that person? Alright, so in order to make things better for ourselves in the future, for the children, we can't continue on the way we are continuing. We have to change ourselves. Like when I say we need to do things for our kids, some people will literally go straight to the kids and be like, here's money, here's this, here's some books, we're gonna create an after school program. No, that's not what I meant. It's not what I meant. What I mean is we need to change ourselves and elevate ourselves so we can pass down the knowledge to our kids so they can fix this shit. Because at some point we fucked up, things are becoming off balance, and systems are crashing metaphorically all over. So yeah, that's what I mean. We need to just let it fail and implement something that's gonna be better for the kids' future. I had one more point too, that I forgot over here with the can't control everybody. Um, lately or recently, I had built a pond, and put fish in it, and then yesterday I went out there and my fish were gone. I was like, but there's nothing I can do about it. I can just not put more fish in the pond and not do that again because the animals are just going to eat them again. Whatever it was, a raccoon or bird. And, I was making that situation pertain to people. Like, it doesn't matter what I do there, I'm not going to be able to control those animals. I'm not going to be able to set some kind of man-made laws to get those animals to leave my fish alone. It doesn't make any sense. So yeah, that's creating unnecessary laws. That would be wasting my energy to try to control these animals and stop them from eating my fish. If I want to save my money, I just won't put any more fish in there. I'm going to cut the problem off there. All right. All right, so we can take like situations in nature like that and take a look at ourselves to gain a deeper perspective. I recently had said, like, in history, the 10 Commandments were given to us for 10 basic laws. But now the laws are like law books like this thick with 1,000 words on every page. That's too chaotic. So we need to simplify things for ourselves. There's too much weight on everybody's shoulders. We're all connected telepathically. I'm not going to go deeper into that to explain how and why. We just are. Like, we feel each other. When your best friend thinks about you, sometimes you'll randomly call them. And they'll be like, hey, I was just thinking about you. And you're like, damn, that's because we're so connected. And sometimes people will tell me I'm crazy when I say that. But then when I explain it like that, they're like, oh yeah. How could it be both? How could you agree with me here, but don't agree with me when it comes to other things? That don't make sense. You gotta make things make sense. Alright, guys. That was a lot of good points I made this morning. Glad I got those out there. Thank you for watching. I know my videos aren't very fun, but it's great information. And what I'm trying to do is steer people in the right direction. Every person that watches this and you take this information and pass it on, or you share this video, that's one other person maybe that can start steering people in the right direction. That's paying it forward, but with no money or materials. Lessons and learning, elevation. God respects the fuck out of that shit. Alright, bye guys. Have a great day.